Hi there, welcome class. So glad to have you on another episode of, I just said class. Sorry. Welcome everybody. So glad to have you on another episode of the Paint Party live stream where I am learning to paint in front of all of you. I hope you've had a great week and that life is treating you kind. We are experiencing the beginning of fall here in the mountains. This last week, Wednesday, we were, I think, 97 degrees Fahrenheit, 95 degrees, something like that. And by Friday, it dropped to 48, 49. So almost a 50-degree swing in just a couple of days. So it cooled down real fast. Now we're back up close to 70s and 80s. Not close. We're in the 70s and close to 80. So it's a little bit warmer, but definitely fall is on the way. I had my first cup of hot chocolate of the season because I refused to turn on my heater or my furnace in September. So I'm trying to hopefully push all the way through to at least October before I have to turn on the heater. So glad to have you with me this evening. Hi Lola, so great to have you as always. All right, let's jump into the painting this week. I'm going to switch cameras as I do so that you can oh, that's a little blurry. I apologize for that. I don't know. There it goes. All right. I think it's catching some of this light. All right. So glad to have you. I am going to get set here to show you my canvas. Let me put up the image we'll be painting tonight so that you may enjoy it while we wait. This adorable little dachshund is what we're going to be painting this evening. So, if you will just bear with me, I will get this set up so you can see my canvas. I am excited to try this painting because I think it's going to be a great opportunity to work on loose, expressive brush strokes again, as I've been trying over the last several weeks. But I think this is going to be a really great subject to do that. So that's what we'll be working on this evening. And my goal is, you all will have to keep me accountable here. My goal is to actually do, again, as simple, as expressive, and as few brush strokes as possible, not to overpaint. I really want to try to practice that skill. All right, switching you back to the, oh, it is flipped upside down. Every time I do that, it doesn't like me. So we will rotate it. There we are. Now my canvas should be set for you. Okay, let me see how I can. I can't. Whoops. There we go. I want to get as much of the canvas in the screen as possible. I may have to. Hey there. So good to have you. My kind of subjects. Yes, you are the pro at beautiful, adorable puppies. So I am grateful to have you in my audience for some good insight and feedback as we go along. All right. Let's jump in. I think part of the challenge of this is my canvas is, I think this is a maybe 12 by 14. So the ratio is not exactly perfect for this puppy. So I'm going to have to kind of, because he's more horizontal, the aspect ratio. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working with tonight. So I'm going to kind of do some adjusting. Thanks, Lola. Usually Mom is joining from Facebook, so you don't see the comments there on YouTube, but glad to have you wherever you're dialing in from, Mother. Well, I know where you're dialing in from, just up the mountain a little bit, but the hill, but whichever platform you're watching on. All right, let's go ahead and put in some broad strokes. I said I wanted to keep this brush strokes kind of, you know what? I think I'm changing my mind. I was going to, like we always do, kind of draw in my composition, and that is good, but I think I'm actually going to do it a different way. Let's see. Okay. Because it just is so easy to... I'm going to take off my glasses. I was volunteering at our local performing arts center this weekend, and I was working in concessions, and I kept joking with people, when it's up close, I have to take my glasses off to see. So, all right, we want this puppy's nose to be out here on the end. We want his eye to be kind of like right in the top third. So let's just kind of play with this a little bit. We'll have to adjust this maybe, but I'm trying to just block in big kind of parts of color, or big really values. Hey Keith, thanks so much for popping in. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. We need to catch up sometime. I haven't done a good job of staying in touch, and I apologize for that. I need to do better. We may have to bump him back a little bit, but we'll see. Very kind, sir. I appreciate it. You'll notice I've kind of laid out mid-tone, highlight, and low light gradients. And these are almost out of the bottle, but all right. We are getting the basic shapes of Puppy here. So we can begin to put in larger, we put in the big shapes, and now we can put in larger or smaller and smaller shapes. And what we'll try to do in this painting, notice there's kind of a big block, there's a big block, there's a block here, block here, block here, block here, and block here. So there's about 6 or 8 blocks of really values, but also obviously color differences. And the goal is then to kind of refine and break down these blocks into more and more accurate, more and more specific patches of color. So that's the goal. All right, let's take a little bit here of this and do this. Take a little bit of this. You may wonder why I'm bringing in some blue, this kind of grayish blue, because this is actually a complementary, and this helps us define some of the highlight areas. If you notice, they actually have kind of a bluish gray tinge to them, and so the blue helps us define that, or the kind of purplish color, which is weird because you don't think of that, but that's one technique we'll use here. Okay. I think we can do this. We can put in a least the start of an eye there to kind of begin to put in. All right. Notice we're getting some already seeing what's happening here. Again, we're just trying to pick smaller and smaller squares of shapes. And I've said this in the last few live streams, but we're really trying to create or work almost like a sculptor where we're just carving out. I'm still using a very large brush, but we're starting to get some shape here, which is kind of the cool thing to me. And I have been just painting away because it's so fun to see it working, and I have not done you know what. So we will do you know what. And it also gives me a wonderful opportunity to step back and take a look at what we have so far and clean up my space. So we'll throw that trash over there. Okay, let me look at this. I have to kind of step to the side because the camera is pretty straight on. Okay, I like where we're going. What do you guys think so far? We have obviously more canvas around him than we have in the reference photo, but I think it works. I think it works. Now I think what I'll do is maybe take a break from Puppy, let him sit for a minute and just chill. I think I will do some, thank you. I think I'm gonna do some background, or his, and I think I want, Not sure. I thought about doing some like blue in the background again because it's a really complementary color to the brown, but I'm not sure. All right, let's see what we can do. Yeah, this brush is not good. Hey, Joanna. Yes, blue. I think I might do that in the yeah, I think I may do blue up above him. Like, I think this kind of carpet color is good down here because it draws our eyes up to him. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's get just some. Again, our goal is to do as few brush strokes as possible. But all right. Now, I wonder if I should do a light blue or a blue blue. I'm going to try a couple things. Ah, yes. This is true. The other thing we could do, which now I'm thinking is even better, is, yeah, this blue is a really bright blue. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Lola, you read my mind. Or okay, let me see. I even put it out here. Put some red out here so that I would be able to have a little more of a control of the lavender that I want, or the purple. Because the blue is a really cool color where the lavender is going to be more warm, which I think I really want. So let's take a little bit of that blue. Let's see what kind of pretty lavender we can create. I think I want more of a crimson red, so we will, did I already, oh. Because I think I want a cooler red. So let's put that in there. Let's put blue. Let's see how this plays. Yep, I think that's the winner, Lola. I think you were. But Joanna, I really like your idea of putting a pattern down here. So I'm going to introduce some of this down here too, because I really like that. It's very subtle, but it is really nice. Then I'm going to take a couple of these different points and put a little more there. So it's a little more. There we go. I like it. The fabric he's laying on already. Yeah, this is a little bit darker, but I really want him to pop out from it. So that's why I did a little bit darker lavender there, just because I want him to pop out, and I want the complementary colors playing off. But let's now go back and just hone in a little bit. I'm going to switch a few brushes. Okay, now let me look and see what we need to do. All right. Okay. Let's go back to puppy and let's begin to again, we're looking for a little bit smaller sections that we can carve out. So Right now, I'm literally just looking at how the light is reflecting off his fur or her fur. And that's why it looks like another mottled mess. Hi there. Thanks so much for joining. Glad to see you on the live stream. Okay, I need to step back again. We're going to do one more pass at the background before the final pass. So we'll do 3 passes at the background. All right. Let us switch to a different brush. One thing that I want to do is I want to shape his nose better because I don't want his nose going off the canvas like it is right now. So let's see if we can shape that a little better. Let's put his center of his nose right there. Let's see. It's pretty dark. Hey there, Jessica. So good to see you. Hey there, Quaz. So good to have you. Always appreciate people from Twitch popping over. It is not my dog. It is just a reference photo. Super cute. Super cute. Thanks so much, my friend. I thought of you when I picked this reference photo. Hey there, my sister. Thanks for popping in. Ooh. Did you post that on Instagram or anywhere? I may have to go look at what you're up to. I try to keep track of what's going on, but not always the best. Well, I will definitely keep an eye out for it, for sure. Always love that you are exploring new techniques and all kinds of new things. It's always inspiring. New subject matters and oh, Garrett, thank you, sir. I don't know, honestly. Somehow it just works. Lots of practice. Just like hunting and fishing, right? The challenge, I'm coming up against the challenge to this style of painting that is kind of this more loose, and it's figuring out how to take it from blocked in stage to final stage. Ugh, I'm messing this up over and over. Now it's back to slop. Okay, step back. Gonna step back. Gonna take this. Okay. Now, it feels like there's something really wrong with the eye. It's like not, I think it's in right alignment to the nose, and it's right alignment to that eye. But let me do something here. See if this is what's missing. Good call. Yes, Lola. That's after I do the final pass of the background, that is definitely a vital component. Okay. Kind of wanted to get some of this definition of this eye in so that I could judge the layout. I think it is in the right place. It just needed a little bit of definition. So I think what I'm going to do now is just refine that. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and let's go in, see if we can start to refine the eye. Okay, I take this lighter brown and just put here where the right where the light is reflecting. All right. And as we put more shadow around his eye, I think it will look more natural. So let's do some of that. The shadow in his eye is up here. Hi there, Renee. So good to see you. Let's see. I think that's too... We'll have to work on this other eye over here to make it look right. But definitely keep working on it. I think I'm going to switch to there. All right, with the eye, we are starting to see him emerge. So just trying to figure out how to give him the quizzical look from the picture, and I think it's that the light in his eye is horizontal instead of vertical. Yes. Yep. I'm going to go back and refine this. I have to let some of this dry because like right here you can see the paint is coming up off the canvas because I've spent too much time there, which is fine. It's just I have to give it some breathing space to dry. But yes, that's something I want to go back and really refine the eye. I just kind of wanted to get it in there to make sure I had it in the right place, and then also to make sure I had the right shape. Not at all. Nope. I haven't really thought what I was thinking or said what I was thinking. So, yeah, you're right on. I think your instinct is right on, right on. So, okay. Now, I take another break. Again, give our brains and the puppy time to dry and breathe. I'll go back to my background. Now this is the third and hopefully final pass on the background, so I really want to not only get another pass at this, but this is where I want to get most specific with, oh, I just lost the camera. Oh, there it comes back. I want to get really specific with carving out where I haven't before. Again, we talked about, this is what Lola was talking about, where we need to put the, I can't forget to put the shadow under him. So I'm carving out kind of a, slimming his neckline, so to speak. So yes, he is going to look like he's floating for a minute, but then we'll go in and put the shadow under him so that he doesn't float forever. Here I'm being much more conscious of because if we do a good line there, then it gives us a, there. He looks much more puppy. And what we want is more, we want the most detail here, or the most in focus here, and this is just gonna pretty almost stay the way it is. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I was wanting the other color. But that will stay almost the way it is. but I do want to, because I like the play. So I do want the tones of the carpet around him. So I'm going to do the brown with the blue. There we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Bumped the... Yeah, I think, Joanna, I think you're right. If I just come in and redo his thing a little bit, then we'll have his eye, I mean, have almost the perfect look. Because so much of animal paintings is the personality of the animal, isn't it? If you don't get that right, might as well just go home. I think the other thing that will give him the quizzical look is when I come and put more definition around his eyebrow here, because that makes it look like he is lifting his eyebrow, even though he's probably fully relaxed. Just the way his fur grows, that's my guess. So, yeah. But since we're there, let's see if we can go in and, like you said, put this horizontal as opposed to vertical. There. And I've made it a little more pronounced. So there's kind of part of this that's like there. And then there's a little crisp in his eye right there. There we go. So we get kind of a, yeah, I think that's, or did I make it worse? Don't think I made it worse, but I do think I need to add the light part of his eyebrow. So let's go in and see if we can do some of that. We want really soft edges on this part because I want it to mimic his fur. So I have very little in the brush. Very little paint in the brush. Okay. We're getting there. I know I say this about this time every week, but I really feel like we're getting where we need to be. Okay. I think we need to take a little bit of that red back in. So we need to blend this out a little bit. So we need kind of a mid-tone between that dark and the light. Hopefully that'll do it and not take out all our dark. All right. I have to try to recreate the kind of grayish tint. Because I need to come in again. I think this is going to be too bright. Yep, too bright. But I can use it there. Oh, no, that looks too much. Okay. Oops. I guess I'll be going back to do the background again. At least that little part of it. think we're getting there. Now I just need to take some of the dark brown, a little bit of the blue, but mostly the dark brown. And I need to now go back in if I can without ruining it. Yes, I haven't touched the other eye. I absolutely need to go back. And that's going to be a balancing act, isn't it? It's going to be definitely making sure that I have that correct. It looks like he has a ring there. I need to get rid of that. I need to... I'm just realizing I didn't go far enough with the light because I do want this really dark spot under his ear. Like I want that there. So let me go in and see if I can do that really dark brown again without messing up the whole thing. Okay. Now see if I get... The great thing about hair or fur is if you get the right edges correct with your lights and darks, if they blend in together, all of a sudden you have the suggestion of fur that's not, or the movement of fur that's not even there. Just by putting a definite line up against that light, you suddenly see. And then watch, I'll put some brown in here. Let's do the reddish brown that's lighter. We'll come in on this side. There. Then we'll do some of the yellow brown. What this also does by bringing in these highlights, I'm doing very few strands, but it takes us in and points us right to his eye. Notice how just putting a few highlights there takes us and points us up to his eye, and all of a sudden I'm just noticing that now. Our eyes are drawn right into his eye. It's like, hey, look at me here, which is exactly what we wanted, right? So let's go back to this. Don't know if I can get it dark enough, but the dark I had before, let's see if we can. Oops. See if we can lighten this up a little bit. So that it blends in, as doesn't look like such a yeah, I think that's working, isn't it? Then we don't have such a hard line there, but we see the different. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, I really like it. Okay, now I think the only major thing left is to maybe a little bit dark. Just like, no, I think it's got to be more this color. But I don't want to go too dark. But we need, yeah, it's too much of that red. But we need a little bit of that definition in his snout. So I don't want to go too dark, but it's got to definitely be the dark brown. Because there's shoot. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get distract too much, but I do want to want the feeling that his head is rounded. Okay, now what Lola was saying is, and I think Joanna was saying, one of the most important things now is going to be the other eye. That's the only part where we haven't done something. So let me take a really dark, the dark brown, because we need to put shadow. And then, like, I think Lola said we need to put the highlight, some highlight, but we need to give it shape. So I need, there's a dark shadow there. It's kind of this, that's kind of hidden. I don't want it to stand out too much, and that stands out really blue, doesn't it? Let's take some more this. It will dry a little bit different, but there. Now, the challenge is going to be taking this brown, the kind of the reddish brown, and using that as the center of the eye, because it'll be against there. I think that's it. And then just a little bit, very little bit, lighten the brown to put in his I'm not happy with that. There, maybe that helps. Because it has to be muted, but I think it's looking funky. So I think what it is, though, is truly, I think it is I think I need to come in with the background again. Let me see. I know I need to do there. Whoops. Ew. Bad choices. Bad life choices. Need dry brushes. Might have to do another one because it's not covering. Okay. So I think I need to take a little bit of this out. There, it looks a little funny. Exactly. There are only happy accidents. No mistakes. Happy little accidents. Okay. I think the eye is pretty good, except it just needs a little more fine-tuning from the standpoint of some, where is it? Some more of this color. I lost some of the, like, highlight color that goes across. When I put in some of that other, I lost the highlight color. And then the final thing is I need to take some very fine brush and do some little wispy whisker strokes. I've run up against the clock again, haven't I? Well, we're almost there. And I kind of want to be able to call this one complete. So let's see if we can get there. In order for it to look correct, it's got to be whoops. It's got to come there, and then we need a couple of opposite direction ones that are few last minute spots to make it look just perfect. It's hard not to go overboard with the detail, but I think those little detail things make a difference. Hey, thanks, Britt. Appreciate you swinging by again this weekend. Miss hanging out with you and intellectual conversations back in the olden days. All right, we're almost there, y'all. If I can just walk away. Which, of course, you know I can't, or is very difficult for me. I'm like, it's working, I want to do more. Okay, I'm going to stop because I don't want to overpaint it. But I really love what has happened so far. The only thing, that's bothering me is this, and I'm going to try to fix it. Nope. Gotta take that. I may do that after, well, you know what? I know we're going a little bit over, but I really want to fix this. And in order to do it, I need to mix the right color. I've run out of space, but I think I can do it over here. I think it's that. Yeah. I need this to be darker than the rest of her or him, so that it is kind of out of focus. Okay, I think I'm in a good spot. What do you all think? There's a little bit of stuff I need to fix up there, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy. All right, let me put my eyes back on so I can see at a distance and move you all back here so that I can say a proper farewell. Okay. All right. I think we are good, except it's gonna turn me over again. Let's take that out and we'll hide this and we'll do this and rotate. Whoops, there it is. Let's see. Nope, it was correct. All right, so here we are. This is our final product. I think this is one of the better ones we've done. But yeah, not bad for a couple of hours. All right. Oop, and I didn't paint all the way to the bottom because it was on the little edge. But I want to say thank you so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure having you on the 75th episode of the live stream. You can find progress photos, as always, and additional art on Instagram, so feel free to follow there. If you don't already, please, of course, subscribe here on YouTube. I'm so grateful for you joining me and making this journey so pleasant as I learn to paint. I will be here again next week, Monday evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Until then, have a great week. Take care.